Hello there, my name is Retro, and the first time you see my channel, I used to review cartoon series, anime series, or something completely random, and today will be First Impression. In other words, I basically see around online to see any mini-series or shows still on, but only have few episodes, and just tell you if they're good to watch or not. Basically, our first runner-up is probably Big City Green. This is from Disney XD's in servicing moved to Disney Channel. Of course, everybody knows why, because Disney XD is dying, some reason mishandling the product. Anyway, of the family called The Green. They moved to the big city and have to adjust big city life. But the interesting stuff is, when you see the family, you wonder what happened to the mom. It's one of those things that just stands out because for the family you have Cripp's dad, who is kind of panicking, freaking out, and just jittery. But of course trying to please all the neighbors and not to annoy anyone else. But it seems to me he's getting off maybe the death of the family or something like that because he feels unsure where he is. So it's kind of one of those signs that you kind of question. You also have the Green's family grandmother that she is kind of crazy. I mean, kind of crazy ghetto that if you go in her room, she was probably stab you with her sword. I'm not joking. She has a sword in one of the episodes and she trying to stab his own grandson. That's ghetto. I mean, damn, she's a scary badass grandma. You also have Cricket's sister that she is kind of the awkward of the family. I mean, usually this type of families, you do have one awkward sibling. It's kind of now becoming a cliche. But she is kind of interesting because she's not trying to be super awkward or super proud of herself or anything. She's kind of passive in a way that she doesn't need to scream to give her attention. She just does things however she wants, but not trying to give everybody's attention. Now you have our main character. It could be a main problem of Big City Green is Cricket himself because he is a very likable character. I'm not gonna deny that, but he is very impulsive to do whatever he wants and goes for it. But the only problem is every time he tries to do something, everything goes wrong. So I'm kind of very scared about this character being a real bad character later on in future episodes because he is just so impulsive. He's trying to be kind of not screaming, trying to be not Clarence, but it's more like an 80 creative, but at the same time his impulsiveness, he's trying to do whatever he wants, trying to front in your face, the most annoying thing about the show. But I still give it a chance because you never know, maybe it's just one bad episode. It's one of those things you have to look it up to see how you feel. Now a second runner-up will be Surfer's Kid. Yeah, that little app, you said a little kid running around with the train tracks. Yeah, they made an animated series. This series actually is kind of surprisingly entertaining. Now the whole story starts with Jake just playing around with his skateboard with his friends till one of her friends called Tina has kind of a crisis to her mom that she wants to quit ballet, and that's at the beginning of the whole episode. So one of her weird friends, one of her aka the smart kid, kind of accidentally pop out some machine that she doesn't know what it is, and it actually attracts the metal. Very powerful stuff. Till you realize they were actually being served the secret government who trying to pick up the device, but instead want to see what happens, what this kid would do to the machine. That in itself, it treats what is this show and what it's trying to aim at, because app is all about running around, and this one is something completely different. I mean, they really is trying to tell you some sort of story, because it is basically grabbed my attention to watch this. I highly recommend to watch, especially how the animation changed completely to the app to the animated series. So yeah, I totally recommend. I have a lot of questions. What this government did not take machine automatically. Of course, it's one of the little true things to convince you to watch the whole series, and it kind of works because I'm kind of into mystery shows. So yeah, it totally has me. I have no choice. I had to finish this series. Now a final show will be Kuratsu. Basically, it's a small series about 5 episodes about me 3 geeks who really like make film and nerd stuff. To make a film or something, it completely goes wrong. Especially how 3 characters are completely different. One of our main characters, Ben, is basically a sociopath dictator kind of guy who loves making films but always goes something wrong, or he assesses something that he really needs to but he lost track what he's doing. You also have Lucy, that she is the straight person of the whole cast that cut the BS about Ben and Kate because usually they do crazy stuff. They had to basically just go with them because it's the only friend she probably has. No, Kate is basically the little sociopath of Ben. Ben asks anything of her, she probably do because she could do basically anything, or you ask for something unquestionably, she does it. Yes, this one of those series it's the trio who makes the series. It makes it so worth watching because I have described the comedy. It's kind of like Three Stooges but Kate version. Especially all the comedies, it's the puns, darkness, humor, and just staring each other like, yeah, what were we doing? This is not how we wanted the direction of this movie kind of situation. That in itself is a good enough for me to watch this series. I highly recommend it, especially it gotta make season 2 that I'm 100% sure would take probably 2 more years to make. Yeah, just 5 episodes. Of course, you could see a difference in someone who loves making this series. This is one thing I wonder like why nobody picked up this miniseries. This is gold. You need to pick it up. I mean, hope Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Disney. Okay, maybe not Disney, but one of those networks should pick this series up because it's completely worth watching. Well, I got nothing else to say. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.